in strong favor of the notion there should be single-gendered schools, not based on emotion but logic and evidence. An analysis by Pahalke, Hyde, and Allison in 2014 analyzed 1.6 million students. The results? Students in single-gender schools, especially girls, outperform those in co-education environments, particularly in maths and science. Talent-teaching strategies like collaborative learning for girls and active learning for boys enhance retention and results.
A strong start, but let's not confuse. Do we want students to succeed in exams or in life? I stand firmly against the notion that there should be single-gender schools, as my worthy opponent represents selective data. Let's look at the long-term picture, logically. As my worthy opponent says, performance matters, but time must disagree with the cause she gives. The American Psychological Association reviewed the same studies and concluded that if you control for factors like teachers' quality, funding, and students' background, the so-called advantage of single-gender schooling disappears. So I say, it is not the separation that produces reasons. It is the support. Give a co-education school the same resources and you'll get the same, if not better, performance without dividing students by gender.
My friend talks about resources and I agree they matter. But let me ask, if resources are important, why not place them in the environment where they are most effective? Just as athletes train differently for different events. That's what single-gender schooling does. In adolescence, social time is offered to shadow academies. A National Education Association study found that co-education classes report 30 to 40% more non-academic classroom disruption than single-gender ones. Why? Peer pressure and gender-based attention-seeking affect behavior. Remove the variable, improve the results.
My colleague calls this removing distractions. I call it removing training. According to the Organization for Education and Skills report, students in mixed environments score significantly higher in collaboration, communication, and teamwork. The very skills the workplace demands. We cannot expect students to learn teamwork with all genders in workplace if you have kept them apart in classrooms.
True, the real world is mixed, but must we expose students to all the challenges even they have built their foundation? A focus. Single-gender education during their critical years of learning give them strength to face the world later. In single-gender schools, students choose freely. According to the UK Department for Education, girls in girls-only schools were 2.4 times more likely to take physics, and boys were more likely to take art and language fields. They often avoiding co-education to protect their image.
As my respected opponent says, breaking stereotypes is important. However, I see it differently. If a girl outshines boys in physics in a co-education class, she doesn't just break her own barriers, she shatters theirs too. Research from Stanford University shows that stereotype destruction is strongest when students see cross-gender success firsthand.
A UNESCO study found that girls in girls-only schools were more likely to take leadership roles and participate in classroom activities. No fear of judgment, no silent shrinking, just growth.
My colleague is right. Confidence is vital. But a confidence that is never tested outside your comfort zone can crumble quickly. The Harvard Graduate School of Education notes that students in mixed environments develop emotional intelligence, empathy, and interpersonal skills because they learn to communicate across gender lines from the start.
In many societies like ours, single-gender education aligns with parental values, religious sensitivities, and cultural expectations. For many parents, it's the only acceptable form of schooling for girls, which means that without single-gender options, female education can be compromised.
I respect my colleagues' cultural concerns. I truly do. But if education only mirrors today's culture and no one leads it forward, progress slows. UNICEF's 2021 Inclusive Report on Education warns that gender-segregated school is maybe outdated. In modern inclusive societies, especially as we acknowledge non-binary and transgender identities.
Research from the National Coalition of Girls Schools shows that single-gender education, girls reduce stress and
Shielding students may comfort them temporarily, my dear audience, but it doesn't equip them for adulthood where men and women work side by side under pressure.
Single-gender schools design subject content, examples, and classroom discussion that directly connect with boys or girls' interests. For example, studies show that girls engage better in STEM when examples are drawn from everyday life, while boys prefer competitive and problem-solving tasks. A tailored curriculum sparks deeper engagement and passion.
Customized curriculum sounds appealing, but isn't that limiting? The Brookings Institution argues that true innovation comes from diverse perspectives. A co-education classroom naturally brings variety to discussions. A girl serving a male program one way and a boy offering another point of view creates a richer and a broader learning than a one-sided approach.
We tailor healthcare by gender. We design sports training differently for men and women. Why not education, my dear audience? Single-gender environments aren't a retreat from the world. They are the strategic launchpad for free exploration, personal growth, and active learning.
We don't raise two societies, we raise one. Let's not teach boys and girls to grow separately and expect them to live, work, and lead together. Education must mirror the real world, not avoid it.
Sometimes separation isn't division, it's precision.
But in life, precision comes with practice together.
Thank you.